All right, so I'm going to film this and I'm actually going to post it as well. Am I the only one who like films videos and then doesn't post them? Anyway, so September finished pages. I've done a lot this month. It's a bit of a, in my life right now, it's a bit of a like transitional period between studies and getting a job. And so that's why I've had a lot of time. I've colored like in 17 different books, completed 22 pictures. That's a lot for me. I usually probably am around 10. I'll keep this, my little coloring journal with me so I don't forget anything. And this is then the huge stack of books. Yeah, so I'll move this over here and we'll actually start with my folder so I don't forget those. And I have tagged the pictures. Hooray! First up, we have the Moonlit Whale. And this was for the Moonlit competition actually. And I won, which is, yeah, which is kind of amazing. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so what I did was I printed out, because this design was what we were supposed to color, and I printed it out on black paper. So you can see the printing there, it isn't really visible on this paper, so it was a bit of guesswork. Let's see, you can see the publisher there. A bit of guesswork to make this work. But I could kind of see it, especially because the print is a bit more glossy than the paper. So yeah, and I colored this, and it's done with polychromos, maybe some Derwent drawing, white gel pen, and I think that's it. Some black fine liner in the eye, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I mean, I'm amazed that I actually was one of the winners, which was really fun. And yeah, that's that. So let me put this back in the folder. There we go. Next up we have just a quick Hannah Lynn picture. Yeah, here we go. This was just an old work in progress, sorry for the glare. It was just an old work in progress. The marker base was already down. This is alcohol markers and then polychromos on top. And I mean, yeah, it was just fun. I did a list of neglected books and Hannah Lynn was one of them. So that's why I colored that. Yeah, and then we go to our first Maria Trolle picture. I did a lot of Maria Trolle this month. And this is from one of her books, I don't know which. Some years ago, I like pulled out the pages I didn't want to color. So this, for example, is not a design I would ever want to color. It's not for me. But this wreath is fun, so I kept it in my folder. And the same goes for these other Maria Trolle pictures here. But yeah, I did this with water-based markers and white gel pen and golden gel pen. That's all I used. So there's no pencils on top or anything. All the shading is done with water-based markers. And it's not even really, it was really quick. I'll show you more pictures done in this style. It's just scribbling kind of with markers. So like you can see on that leaf that it's not, I mean, I didn't even bother with staying within the lines since it's a black background. And this took maybe, I don't know. The thing that took most time was the making these flowers more. I had to use white gel pen on them because they turned out too dark when I went with the markers, for my taste at least. So I went in with the white gel pen and kind of made them a bit lighter. And there's some white gel pen on the berries as well. And yeah, that's just a fun, quick one. Here we go. I think it maybe took like 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. At maximum it took 1 hour. So that's it for the folder. Moving on, we have Lithographic Aquatic. And this is by Joseph Cattingbang, sorry. And I really love his books. I want to get all of them. I only have Aquatic and Imagine. So yeah, this is another quick one. I mean, it wasn't that quick due to the because of all the details. And there's some silver gel pen I'm trying to show you there. I love that effect. But yeah, this was also really like scribbly style. You can see there it's just, all the areas aren't even filled in. There's some white of the paper showing through and stuff like that. And I'm actually not 100% satisfied with this, because what I enjoy in the mythographic books is like taking a picture that looks chaotic and you don't really see what's happening, and then slowly but surely it starts making sense. And this one isn't quite making sense yet. You still have to search to get the tiger. So I'm thinking like maybe I need to black out this area. That would maybe make it more obvious that this is his foot or leg. But yeah, here's the other one I did. This is ink pens and pencils on top, and white gel pen to go in and clean up the lines where I'd gone over. And might be some water-based markers as well. No alcohol markers though. And yeah, this was fun. I love these designs. I need to do more in these books. And I don't really, like you can see, I don't really like pay attention to all the details. I'll just choose which details I want to to make more, like give more time to. For example, here's on the turtle, I spent most time, but the background is more or less just scribbling. Especially like these, the background here, I just chose some details to make them like yellow, for example, to make something stand up, and to sort of trick the eye into thinking that I did spend more time on it than I did. So yeah, that's that. Next up we have World of Flowers, and here I've done, this is just a work in progress. I added these feathers to the wreath here. It's quite a simple wreath actually, and yeah, I probably am going to continue this in Easter. I always have a lot of whips. Like this is also a whip, obviously. So I always have a lot of whips, and sometimes they wait years for me to return to them, but I do usually like return to them. And then I finished this one. So this is a double page spread. It was for a color along, and let me see if I can get the light to do it justice. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it's water-based markers and pencils on top, and yeah, I added some things in the background. So I added this little grass things, and I added the circles, and I kind of matched the circles to the, oh, let me see if I can focus. But I added the colors of the circles sort of correspond to the nearest flower, and I really like that. I like how it turned out. So that was fun. Yeah, took a while. I always I'm more of a, like, you know, like fast and dirty colorist, so I don't like it when, or some pictures I do like to take my time with, but mostly I like to base things and make things go a bit faster. So this is another one. This is from Cute Witches by Jade Summer, and historically I've really struggled with grayscale and like getting rid of the gray tint that you get in the pages. At least for me, I try to, I don't always like that effect, sort of. But here I think this is probably the first grayscale that I'm actually happy with. And for me, I think the trick was to leave actual white spaces, so like in the flowers here and in the apples, and to actually leave those white and not color over the whole thing. And then I mean, copious amounts of colored pencils on top, going into all the shadows with blue and purple, and then going with white and even pink in the highlights. And yeah, I like how this turned out. It's fun. I'll see if I do more in October now. It's the more real witches seasons. I started that a bit. I love autumn, so I started a bit early. Next we have from the Coloring Heaven, Sorcerers and Sorceresses by Neleke Shoemaker. Neleke? Yeah, I think it's Neleke. I don't know. But yeah, this is and this is one of the books on my color my hoard list. I have like maybe, I don't know, 13 books that I haven't colored in of 90, so that's okay. But yeah, so I actually have 2 other whips in this book, and you would think I would continue on those instead of like starting a new whip, but no, I started this instead. And I mean, this could be finished, right? It could be, but I think I want to go in and like shade the horns and the hair to make them differentiate a bit more, and maybe shade the dragon to make him pop a bit more. I feel like the lighting is a bit odd. But yeah, maybe if I move this. Come. Did that help? I don't know if it helped. My, yeah. My desk is a mess. It's always a mess. Oh, maybe I can move things there. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll probably go in and do some more shading on this. Hopefully in October. Otherwise, it'll stay uncolored for a long time again. Here I have another whip. This is Worlds Within Worlds by Kevin Rosanes. And I finally started on my favorite spread in this book, the shoes. And I've seen so many wonderful completed pages of this coloring, or like this drawing. And yeah, I decided to go with this autumny vibe. And I really like how it's, I mean, it's nothing yet. But yeah, this is watercolor and neo colors right now. Some markers also. Water-based marker for the just filling in the small leaves. So yeah, that's that. We'll see. I would like to promise I'll finish this next month, but I don't know. Oh, next up we have Annie Steg Gerard, her two coloring books. And I colored in Wildwoods Soirée. It's my first finished page in this book, which was fun. Let's see. First off is the Coco Spaniel. Where is it? Here we go. She's so cute. This was a whip since like Christmas. I got this book for Christmas, and I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm still figuring out how this all should work. But yeah, so I started this in at Christmas maybe, or after Christmas sometime. And it's done with some alcohol markers and some water-based markers, a space, and then pencils on top. And yeah, it took a while, but it's done. And I like it. It's really different from Annie's version. I don't know where I have those, somewhere. Yeah, okay. I took them out of the book because I'm using them in my bullet journal right now. But her version, she does these beautiful paintings in oil, and her version is a lot darker. So it was fun doing something else. And this is the other one I finished in this book. So I got a bit on a spree, and this is done with Inktense and water-based markers and pencils. Mostly Inktense and water-based markers. I don't think there's so much pencils on this. Oh, there's some. You can see the shine there of the pencil. And there's some golden gel pen as well. And yeah, and when I did this, I because I was mixing both water-based markers and Inktense, I was like using my water brush, and I was like, see, the markers are bleeding, and I love that. So when you can use the water-based markers as if it were a watercolor pencil, I love that. It's so you can like scribble with the marker, and then you use water on top, and it sort of flows. And it has to be a certain kind of paper to allow that, like watercolor type paper, I think. And this book allowed that, which means I finished this one in that style. So you can see here, it looks as if I've used watercolor, but I haven't. I've actually used water-based markers and just diluted it with water. And it's a lot of fun and so quick, and I love it. And then this is just a whip. It's Inktense right now. So yeah, that's Wildwoods Soirée. Oh, and I got so happy about the the water-based marker discovery that I was like, oh, certainly in her other book, Moonlit Whale, this should also work, right? Wrong. So this is the this is where I tried. So she has some basing with alcohol marker on the skin, and then I tried the tail here in the water-based markers, and you can really see that I had to abuse the paper to even get this much of, and it wasn't fun and it didn't really work. So yeah, this is a bit of a fail right now. I will come back to it and hopefully fix it someday in the future. But yeah, you can see here I try to, because if it really works, then you can do like the skin in alcohol marker, and then you do the shading in water-based marker, and you sort of just, as I did here, you just line out where you want the shadows to be, and then you can go in and just feather out the edges, so it looks as if, so it blends in better, and that's what I try to do here, and you can see it. Yeah, it's not really, it's not working as it's supposed to do. So unfortunately, this paper is not done for that, at least in my edition. And next up we have more Maria Tralle. Hooray! Yeah, so I had a lot of time this month, as I said, so I did a challenge for myself to finish all my nameplate pages. And so you'll see some nameplates here. I now have all my Maria Tralle nameplates finished and all my Hanna Karlsson nameplates finished. And I always put like a post-it note over my name, because I put in my whole name and telephone number and everything so that the book can find me if I lose it. But yeah, finish this, water-based markers, pencils, and that's it. Yeah, I don't think there's even any gel pen here. And yeah, I like this color combo actually. I think I got it from, I look at a lot of Pinterest pictures to like get inspiration and stuff like that. So I think I got it from some picture there. And this is another nameplate. This is just water-based markers, no pencils here. It's just scribbling, sort of. Yeah, and shading with water-based markers. And it didn't bleed. I mean, there's some shadowing maybe here, but yeah, that's... I don't think you can even... Can you see it on camera? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of fun. Quick. And then we have in Luna, we have more. So let's see. First up, another nameplate page. This is also markers, water-based markers. Just some shadowing. No, that's not even shadowing. That's just transfer from this page. Yeah, a lot of fun. Then we have, this was for a sepia color along. So you were supposed to color a page in sepia colors. I'm trying to show you the princess. But, so yeah, or maybe a queen. I don't know. But yeah, I did this just with watercolors, a base over everything, ignoring the lines, and just, you know, so everything was brown. And then I just went in with my polychromos and did the shadowing. And then I went in with the white polychromos and added some highlights. You can see on the trees. It's quite, yeah, this was, it looks more complicated than it was. And then there's some white gel pen in her crown and some of the details of a dress and in the flags, and then some golden gel pen just for the accents. And also, since I was so messy with the white highlight pencil, I had to go over some of the line art with a black fine liner. I like my black lines in my coloring book. I think they're a part of the image. I do cover them sometimes, but mostly not. This was another quick water-based marker, mindless sort of. I do have an even more mindless book where I don't even care about the color choosing and I just straight color, so yeah. But it's still, this took like, I don't know, I want to say half an hour again, maybe an hour. But the hardest part is to choose the colors, sort of. Everything else just does itself. I mean, you can look here at this leaf. It's really just messy scribbling. I don't even... Yeah, if you look too close at it, it looks a bit messier. And yeah, I'm kind of proud of the tomatoes to daring to have these like harsh shadowing lines, because that's the, if you ask me, the like leaves and stuff like that, they can be more messy, and that's easy to do. Like these flowers, for example, it's just scribbling. But things that are smooth sort of have a more uniform color distribution. They don't have this messy look about them. So that's a bit more challenging maybe, I don't know. Still, I mean, not that that was hard. You just had to have, I think I used 3 different red colors, and yeah, it was fun. Oh, I changed his face a bit also. I made his nose a bit shorter. So that's Luna. Did I say the names of the books? Oh well. Next up we have Blomster Mandala. So that's Twilight Garden by Maria Trolle. And here I did also the nameplate page. So this is water-based markers and pencils on top. Sorry for the lighting issues. And there's also some white gel pen because these colors went too dark again. So I just went in with the white gel pen to lighten them up. And there's some yellow Posca as well in some of the, what's that called? It's not the stems, it's not the petals, it's the center of the flower. That's called okay, I'll look it up after this video. Yeah, and this was another scribbly page. So this was the first one I did, and then I do that, like I do a page I feel like, and then I'm like, why don't I do this more often? Then I do a lot of pictures in that technique or in that book. Yeah. And you heard my Sambo sneeze. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Just, as I said, just scribbling with water-based markers. And the closer you look at it, the more messy it seems. But if you look from afar, I mean, at least if you ask me, it works. It has some yellow Posca as well in some places where I went too dark with the shadows. So that's another trick, like if you go too dark, you can just use either gel pens or Posca or other acrylic media to go over it. In Skymningstimman, I did one picture, and it's this one. Now this one I took my time with. This is one of my favorite Maria Trolle pictures. I love her scenes, and that's mostly the things I've tagged. Yeah, so this one I took a bit more time with. I still based things with Inktense and also, by the way, when I say Inktense, I mean like all my water pencils which are Inktense, Graphitint, and some Albrecht Dürer. I think I have like 10 Albrecht Dürer pencils. So I sort of mixed them. Yeah, and there's some water-based markers as well. You can see that in the moss here, that I cheated like with just making dots with the water-based marker. That's, if you ask me, a nice way to get texture. And this has some white gel pen as well in these flowers and that in the back here. And yeah, I really like it. I like the colors I chose. So that's fun. I just want to look at it more. You know, when you sometimes fall in love with either your finished pages or just like pages, even uncolored pages. Anyway, next up we have Hexan Studia by Hanna Karlsson. So that's The Witch's Cottage, right? Tales from the Witch's Cottage. And I've done the nameplate page again. Oh, and also, by the way, in these books I colored the sides of the paper to like make it, and you see it doesn't really, or at least the way I did it didn't really affect the pages. But I think it's fun to like have it. And the other ones are also colored. I won't show them because I have to move them from the pile. So yeah, this is my nameplate page. Let's see, there we go. And there's water-based markers, white gel pen, golden gel pen in some details, and pencil. And that's kind of it. I like the thing I did on the leaves here, like making the really points of the leaves in pink marker and just feathering it out, and then leaving myself the challenge to like make it blend into the rest of it. I do that sometimes, like, you know, make things hard for myself, just for fun, and also to like, because that, at least for me, the most interesting results come from when it's a battle. So like this is usually also a battle to make. So this side isn't finished yet. You have like the water-based markers here, and then I need to go in and battle the paper and the design with colored pencils to make like it smooth gradient instead. And yeah, so this is in progress. There's still a lot to do. I thought it was fun to do like, you know, a angel cat and a devil cat and they meet at night. And yeah, and I would like, because this is like the purple book, I would like to have something purple on each page, so that's why I'm doing the purple fence there. And I think it'll be interesting. The most interesting thing here, I think, is to make this orange to purple gradient work. That will be interesting. I think I'll need to go in with a pink in between or something. We'll see, we'll see. There's just solutions, there's no problems. Next up, next up we have Daydreams, and here I have a whip that's been a whip for I think like a month or two now. And yeah, I'm trying to do her into a statue, because I always thought it was a bit weird to have this floating head in the greenery. But if she's like an abandoned statue that's been overgrown with moss and stuff like that, that I can work with. Yeah, this has ink tints and graphite tints and water-based markers, and then I'm going in with pencils on top now. And you can see here, for example, also like I do the scribbles with a water-based marker, and that sort of forces me to get at least that dark with my pencil, so it forces in contrast into my pictures. So like here, for example, I think I've blended it in as far as I want to. And I keep some of the texture because I find that I like that. I like things a bit messy. So yeah, this is in progress. I don't know when I will return to it. Hopefully this month, we'll see. Might have to rest a bit. The thing is, I'm not sure how to do this stone. I'll probably need to either look up references or a tutorial or something, because right now she looks... she needs something more, like, I don't know, a crack or something to show that it's actual stone. And yeah, we'll see. And then I did another one here, apparently. Yeah, this one. This was another mindless, but in another style. So this also took me like, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, maybe a bit more. But it's just a base of ink tints. I didn't even like go in and shade with pencils. This is just, the leaves are just ink tints. The only pencil parts are the background splotches of color. And oh, there's some pencils in the diamond as well. And yeah, there's some water-based markers on top to like go in with the shading in the some parts. So, and you can see here in the nest, I haven't even like bothered to follow the actual lines, the line art. I've just, yeah, sort of followed it, but not really. So yeah, that's that in Daydreams. Oh, this is... yeah. Next up we have Seasons, where I did another nameplate page. And this one I don't like, so yeah. I don't want to show this, but yeah, okay. So yeah, I did this and I wanted to have it like, you know, spring going into summer, going into autumn, going into winter. And I think the brown of the autumn, I love brown color. I think it's like, yeah, brown is sort of my favorite color, but there are a lot of nuances of brown, you know, so like, yeah. But this one didn't really match. There's something a bit, it doesn't match the rest of the image, I think. So, but it's done, and now all my nameplates in Hanna Karlsson are done. So that's, I mean, that's an accomplishment, right? I still have all my Kirby nameplates to do, so yeah. Next up, and this is the almost last book, is Skillnet or Jewelry Box by Hanna Karlsson. And here I've done, oh, this is the work in progress. And it's, yeah, it's not done yet. Her skin is done. It's polychromos, and This is my new thing, doing weird makeup, or not a new thing. I've done weird makeup before, but yeah, look, I sort of look up some Pinterest images, or like, you know, there's a lot of makeup artists on Instagram also who do beautiful work, and sort of, you know, take inspiration from there. And yeah, I have these leaves and flowers and butterflies left to finish and shade. So we'll see. It's a bit, I always complain on Instagram about pink sneaking into my colorings. I like pink and purple, I do, but they can be really overpowering, and this is on the the borderland of like being overpowering. But it's a bit of a thing, right? This green and pink, it's a vibe. So yeah, I'm not in love with her right now. I might fall in love with her again later on. And last but not least, we have Summer Nights, and these are probably my pride and glory this month. The first one I did, this one, and this I took my time with. So I have like images I do quick, and then I have some that I take my time with, and this I took my time with. And especially like the white gel pen going over the black lines, that takes ages. Oh my god, I hated doing that. But I like the end result, so I'll probably do it again sometime. But yeah, so these sugar skulls designs, I drew in that on my own, and you see I've used a lot of glitter gel pen there. It's a golden jelly roll, I think. And yeah, it's also inspired by these makeup artists. They make beautiful sugar skulls. And I used Inktense in the background and then went over it with pencil. Her skin is, as I said, polychromos. And then the shading in the flowers is also polychromos. I think I used some water-based markers to make a base in these gold parts of the jewelry. And yeah, I love her. I do love her. I really like her. So next up, and then I went like on a, as I said before, I sort of like do a picture and then I'm like, let's do more in this exact same style. So I did another sugar skull. And I like her as well. She was a lot quicker. This one I didn't take my time with, so I just went in with water-based markers, and then I went in with polychromos on top, and even faster here in this gray jewelry thing she has on her. What's that, a headdress? No, a head, I don't know, the thing. I went in and actually shaded with Inktense, so that's even quicker. Like if you do a base with water-based markers and then go in and shade with Inktense on top and dilute the Inktense. And then maybe I went in a bit in the shadows and added some pencils, just a tad. But that really makes it quicker. And you have to be a bit careful with the water when you do that, because like water-based markers and then Inktense and diluting the Inktense with water on top of the water-based markers can make the markers bleed through. But if you control it, I mean, I haven't really had that much of a problem with it. But yeah, you can see here, for example, on her hand that, I mean, you can see those pencil strokes there. I didn't really take my time, but it looks all right anyway, if you ask me, at least from a distance. Yeah, I like her a lot. And yeah. And last, we have a work in progress. So this will hopefully be finished this month in October. I saw there's a color along called like October Owls or something, or Owls in October. So that works with this, right? It's just now it's just a base with Inktense, and I have to go in and, like, you know, clean up the background. There's some parts here where you still see the pencil strokes, and of course all the detailing. I'll probably do some cheating again with water-based markers and just do some parts darker. That's a quick way, if you ask me, to make like these just taking one water-based marker just in one color and then coloring in some of the areas a bit darker. Sort of tricks the eye into thinking you've spent more time on it. And yeah, that's it. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Let's hope I didn't. So yeah, that's it for September. Hopefully, or I mean, I'll be brave now and I'll actually post this, okay? And then see you soon, hopefully. Bye.